ahead, Josh.
Yeah, so one of the 47 projects that we were done today is we served refugees at Daly College. This was one of the last projects, to my understanding, that was submitted. I found out at the beginning of the summer, 400 refugees had moved into Daly College. And so I just called Q and I said, we have an idea to maybe serve them. And so we came up with this concept to put toiletry bags and necessities and Bibles and gospel literature in these giant bags. They were like 10 pounds each. And we were just gonna put them together and then figure out how to deliver them later. And then this week they were like, let's deliver them too. And so they really tested our prayer life. And we started to send emails and make phone calls and knock on doors, and we had nothing. So the project leader was worried and nervous. And I said, it's okay, like the Spirit's ahead of us on that. Let's trust God, He knows what He's doing. We found out there were some refugees at the police department in the 8th district. So we took some bags and they started to deliver those, just a handful of them. I took the rest of them, literally hundreds of bags, and put them in a classroom. And I was like, I'll figure this out. I don't know what to do. While I'm putting them in the classroom, a lady from across the street of our church walks in and said, what are you guys doing? So we're putting together these refugee bags for refugees at Daly College. And she said, I know some of the refugees at Daly College. She's like, I'll call one and see if we can get them together. She makes a phone call, and we put all of these bags in a couple of vehicles that we pull in, and 400 refugees pour out of Daly College. And we're able to serve them. It was really cool. One of the coolest pictures I saw that we got was the guy who in the bag pulls out a Bible and is just holding the Bible, staring at the Bible. And that's the only thing he really pulled out of the bag. God's going to do something. Here's how I know. Because our church is excited. We're so excited. The next couple of weeks, we're going to gather some school supplies. And we're going to go back with Vanessa, the girl from across the street. So pray for that.
Great job. You've been a great help leader. Thank you for your hard work. You're a good pastor. This is Miss Mary Ann. She is from Faith Tabernacle. She is on the south side. And you did a great project with Blessing Police Officers. Tell us about Miss Mary Ann.
I had privilege of heading up a project called Serving First Responders. 5 years ago, our church decided to partner with the 4th District Police Station, and every Friday night, we would send people out with the police and with the faith-based organizations to pray for the policemen and pray for families who had had homicides or incidents in their neighborhood. So we decided that we wanted to reach out and do more. So we partnered with the 4th, 5th, and 6th District Policemen, serving over 400 meals this week, also giving them goodie bags and giving them gift certificates. We were honored. This was the first time I saw more police come in and say, will you pray for me? They did not turn us away. We established relationship. And as I went throughout the day, I remember a story a young lady told me that I met the very first day from Georgia. She was 11 years old. Her name was Caroline. And I asked Caroline, what are you doing here? She says, I plant churches with my father. I said, well, how do you know? He said, well, we sold our house and we travel from place to place. I said, how do you know where to go? She said, my dad takes down this big map and he points to a dot. And he said, where that dot is, we can make a relationship. So every police station we went to this weekend, we made a new relationship. God bless you.
Tell me, Friday morning, what time did you start serving police officers?
5 o'clock a.m.
What time did you finish Friday night?
12 a.m.
You are my people. Thank you so much. Great job. Hi, this is Hayden and Maurice. They partnered together for the mobile grill. Hayden, I wish Maurice was more excited about serving. Yeah. Tell us about the mobile grill. What is that ministry about?
Yeah, so the mobile grill, for those of you who don't know, it's just a grill. We designed it to slip into a receiver hitch, and the idea is just to go into a neighborhood and start knocking on doors. And there was a really interesting story yesterday when we were out with Maurice's team that kind of paints a picture of why we do it. And so the guy that leads it all, his name's Jeremiah, he was walking up to a box truck, and he's trying to talk to this guy because the idea is to hand out the burger. And then when they say yes about the burger, they ask the question, why? And for us, it's like the best question to ask. Someone asked me why. That's just an open door to tell them about Jesus. Right. And so he knocked on the door of the van or the truck, and he's talking to the guy, but he can't hear it. He can't hear the dude. The truck's loud, everything's loud. We got music playing, so he opens the door and just gets right in that guy's business. And it sounds a little weird, but at the end of the conversation, he's like, "Hey man, Jesus loves you," and the guy just breaks down crying. And that fits the idea of the grill walk, because when we go out in the neighborhoods, we kind of intercede into people's lives. We just show up. Like Jesus showed up with the disciples. And, he came to Peter and Simon and Andrew, and he's like, you guys are gonna follow me now. You're done doing what you're doing. He came, he showed up, and he changed things. And so that's the whole idea behind the grill walk, is that we can just show up in people's lives and show them that we care. And Maurice actually has a really interesting story.
But hey, before Maurice shares, Maurice, put your hands down so I can see your shirt. Maurice got his own shirt. It says Serve Tour 2023, and you've got a name on it, Pastor Maurice. Where's my shirt at, Maurice?
Yeah, we give out free ones too. Thank you all. But this is my wife who works laboriously trying to just keep us inspired. And so we try to cut out the middleman, and we just try to do all things. But we didn't know we were going to have church, so I wasn't going to let her labor go in vain. I'm sorry. Amen. But,
Tell us about the mobile grill. How did it work?
the mobile grill was so effective, and man, you had no idea how you were going to go to the west side of Chicago and make such a powerful impact. And I'm a witness and product of the Austin community. They told me I got 2 minutes. And so when they came, they set up and we began to walk. And Nate Adams, I had to keep an eye on him because I looked one time, he was about 5 blocks going that way. We had to try to figure out where it was. But just to see his enthusiasm and you all's enthusiasm did something for me. But there were 2 guys walking, Markel and Terrell, and they were coming and they were walking. And all of a sudden I stopped them, Jason and I spoke. He said, man, I'm in a hurry. I said, what's going on? He said, man, my cousin just got murdered about 20 minutes ago, and I'm on my way nowhere. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going somewhere. And so Jason begins to talk with them, and we began to share with them. And I said, well, man, do you know Jesus? One of them said, no, man, I don't believe in all that stuff. I believe in reincarnation. And the other one says, well, man, I'm stuck in the middle. And instantly I said, well, listen, man, if you're drowning in Lake Michigan, do you care who throws you a life raft? I say, Jesus was my life raft. So I need you all just give me an opportunity to pray for you. And so we prayed for them, and we believed and trusted that the Lord was going to make a way. And the reason I know that God was going to make a way, because I was in Marcel and Terrell's shoes even 30 years ago. And if God could save me with 2 broken hands, addicted to heroin, nowhere to go, lost and turned out, I know God can do it for them. So the name is Carol. And I want to share with you, man, I thank you all so much. God, 10 seconds left. For coming to the city of Chicago and sharing the greatest story ever told. And as you all go, when you all lay me down to sleep, you all pray that God will continue to help Empowerment Community Church of Chicago continue to tell the greatest story ever told.
This is Jonathan De La Rose, one of the pastor's starting point, one of the hub leaders as well. Jonathan, tell us about a project that happened at Starting Point.
Bueno,
Hey, you got a cheering crowd as well.
I will thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Muchas gracias por la oportunidad. They did tell me that I can do this bilingual because we have some bilingual Spanish-speaking folks here. Entonces vamos a hacerlo bilingüe para que también nuestra gente pueda apreciar este tiempo, ¿verdad? But I mean, when they said pick a story, I was like, dang, that's going to be hard. Cuando me dijeron que escogiera una historia, dije, man, va a ser difícil, ¿verdad? Do I talk about Extraordinary Church from Florida? Do I talk about Cornerstone that demolished my kitchen? You know, or do I talk about, you know, the handful of people that came to know Christ from the grill, a mobile grill, like
Whoa, the handful of people that came to know Christ.
Yes, a mobile grill. And you know, pudiera hablar de todas esas cosas que pasó con diferentes iglesias y diferentes personas, pero quisiera hablar acerca de un grupo que a veces muchos de nosotros no nos ponemos caso. I want to talk about a group that's an unsung hero, and that's the DR group. That really was an amazing support. And I say this because digo de la gente que están teniendo las camisetas amarillas, ellos básicamente yesterday, 4 of them came out, and I'm with the associate pastor's wife, Luz. 4 salieron de un carro y ahí estaba con la esposa del pastor Marvin, el pastor asociado. And you know, we're on the northwest side, so we're like, what's up, you know, ¿qué onda? What are you doing? Y ellos, ¿verdad? Y dijeron, queremos orar por vos, queremos orar. And we want to pray for you. I was like, all right, we represent. You know, ¿a quién representa? Entonces ahí dijeron, representamos a Jesús, we represent Christ. So you can pray for that for sure. But before you do, I want to show you something. Antes de eso, quiero enseñarte algo. For those who don't know, like everyone said, and I was really encouraged with Pastor Josh about what you guys did with the refugees. But thankfully God has placed in our heart, gracias a Dios, que pudimos abrir las puertas para hospedar a algunos inmigrantes en nuestro local. God has given us the ability to house immigrants. And I wanted to take the opportunity to show them so they can pray for them as well. Y quería tomar la oportunidad para que ellos puedan venir y ver con sus ojos. Y digo eso de testimonio, I say this as testimony because to see a grown man tear up, para ver un hombre con lágrimas en sus ojos, después de hablar con un inmigrante, after talking to a migrant resident, and say that I'm supposed to be here so I can touch people's hearts. Estoy aquí para que tocar los corazones de la gente. And yet here I am, God's touching my heart. Y aquí estoy, que Dios está tocando mi corazón. He tenido una mentalidad sobre inmigrantes. I've had my own opinion and my conviction about immigrants. But to be able to touch, hear, and feel, and see, y poder ver, y escuchar, hablar, y sentir, y ver, now the Lord is working in my heart. Dios está trabajando en mi corazón. And this morning, when a couple of them came in with the lunches, y cuando llegaron con almuerzos, dejaron almuerzos, y yo les dije, no, tuvimos extra ayer, we had extra, but we left it for the migrant residents, lo dejamos para los inmigrantes. You have people living here? Sí, tenemos gente viviendo aquí. Yeah, we have people living here. And they're like, wait just 1 minute, espera un momento. And Brother Harold and Tom llegaron con un banquete de desayuno, a banquet of a breakfast for them. And so I really appreciate it, and God's glory, honor, yeah, round of applause for them. Para la gloria de Dios. Y sin pena, le quiero presentar uno de ellos. I want to present one of them. Edwin, ¿me puedes hacer pararse, por favor? According, to some folks, he gave his life to Christ.
Hey, Michael, I know that you're in Reborn on the streets in Garfield Park all the time, and I'm going to let the band, he'll come up this time. You're all the time sharing, and you're feeding. Y'all fed today. I showed a picture earlier here at Broadview and somebody from Metropolis. Give us 30 seconds of what happened to yesterday and today there in Garfield Park.
All right, I'll try to do this in 30 seconds. God moved and continues to move. I have had the privilege to be a part of Reborn Community Church for 16 years. We have served West Garfield Park for 16 years, and one of the ways we've done that is through our program called Overflow, also known this week as Feeding the Homeless. We served over 400 people in these 2 days, and more importantly, many heard the gospel. We had someone give their life to Jesus yesterday. Amen. As she came to Jesus.
You're doing great work there in Garfield Park. It's a tough area. It's not the area with a little bit of crime. It's got a lot of crime, and God's using you, and I'm proud of how you're doing. Good job leading us in worship. Let's sing one more time. Yeah, you can clap for Michael. Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to ask you all to stand. We're going to sing one more song, and then Nathan.